Hello humans, Master DinnerFlax here, and today I want to be doing something kind of interesting. I will be going over all the non-monarch tenacity targets. I think I'm missing one, actually, right here. Illusion. Let me see if I can find him real quick. There he is. I wanted to go over this because I thought this would be a pretty neat little thing that could probably not benefit you, because most of these cards are either terrible or they're just outclassed by regular Monarch stuff. First off, we got Fight Lawn. This card's really good because you could search it with King of the Feral Imps, and it does piercing battle damage. No other benefits. Waste of a tribute summon. It just has Monarch stats, so that's really, really good. Then we got the legendary Cranium Fish. You can special summon him by tributing an Ocean's Keeper, which, no, I'm not even going to show what that garbage is. And you can discard water monsters to destroy face-down cards, so it benefits with Mermails and Atlanteans. So you could trigger Tenacity in a deck that has no need for Monarch spells and traps, and that's pretty good. We got Cybernetic Magician. Used to be really good with a really bad card, Injection Fairy Lily. It's a tenacity target. That's it. We got Psychic Emperor. He's awful. When he's normal or special summoned, you can gain 500 life points for each psychic monster in your graveyard. That's trash. However, it's a tenacity target. And then we got Strong Wind Dragon. We got he cannot be destroyed in battle with monsters with the same attack. Okay. This card is tributed by tributing a dragon type monster. It gains attack equal to half of its original attack of the tributed monster, and he inflicts piercing battle damage. So, he actually has a tribute summon effect. So he's the most Monarch-like monster here, but he's still trash. But on the bright side, he is a tenacity target. This one I thought was this one's actually kind of cool because it is tenacity target stats in a deck that actually does run Stormforth. And it has a Monarch-like effect. Tribute summon by tributing one of the following monsters, gain the following effect. It can negate spells and traps that target it if you tribute Batterman D. If you tribute Batterman C, it does piercing battle damage. And if you tribute Batterman AA, it gains 1,000 attack. It's not very good, but it kind of allows searching for Stormforth in a deck that really uses it. Garbage. I'm not even going to pronounce that name. It actually is brand new. It just came out, and I think they made it for the Monarch deck, just for it, because I think its Japanese name has Monarch in its name. But your opponent cannot respond to normal summon set monsters' effects, or their summons, I think. Yeah, they just can't respond to monster effects of normal summon set monsters, which is not that great if you're devoting a monster to it. Every single Cleafort except Scout, Towers, and Skybase. Every other Cleafort has Monarch stats, and I think that's pretty cool. It could be utilized more, but I don't think people really care because they just want to activate card demise and just go brain dead to play Cleafort. Gaia Plate. This card used to actually be really powerful back in the day, but it has no need for the Monarch spells or traps, but it's a tenacity target. Then we got the legendary Dark Arm Dragon. People were trying this in Monarchs for a little bit, and I think it was a pretty cool strategy. Probably not very reliable, but it was pretty interesting to say the least. But it's a tenacity target in a deck with a lot of darks and a lot of graveyard manipulation. So that's pretty cool, but a free +2 from a Dark Armed is still really strong even today, and it's a tenacity target. However, people started doing this guy, and I think it's underwhelming because sure Lazuli can get it, but it takes 2 tributes, And usually if you have debate Brilliant Fusion, you don't have much tribute fodder, but it does have the Tenacity target stats, but it doesn't play around Rivalry of Warlords. So that's disappointing. And last but not least of the Armed Dragons is the original Armed Dragon level 7. If you have this in hand, you are losing. This card is very useless in the hand, because you just want to summon it from the deck. Its effect is actually kind of cool. It's kind of like a pseudo Regeki. You discard a monster and destroy all monsters your opponent controls with less attack than the discarded monster. But it's still very underwhelming as a card. You have no use for having a single Monarch Spell Trap. And then, hold on. And then we got Diablos, King of the Abyss, and Light Ray Diablos. Diablos, King of the Abyss is actually one of my favorite cards of all time. It's just a bad card, though. It has the exact same stats of a Monarch, but to tribute summon it, you have to tribute all darks, and it cannot be special summoned. So you can't get it with Aether. You could just search it with Return, and it's a Tenacity target. You see the theme here. But its effect is, before your opponent draws for their normal draw phase, you alone get to look at it and decide if it goes on top of their bottom of the deck, and then they conduct the draw phase. So, like, it sounds useless, but there used to be an old school loop with viruses and Mind Crush that was pretty devastating. You could just remove your opponent's hand in like 1 or 2 turns. And in Light Ray Diablos, there's no way you could use this in a Monarch deck. Like, you'd have to be playing so many lights. But it's a Tenacity target, so who cares? This one was actually kind of funny. I didn't realize that there were a lot of normal monsters with this stat, but apparently Feared Salmon is a really great delicacy when it comes to Monarchs, because it's a tribute summon. It's a 1 summon tribute to have Monarch stats, and it's a Tenacity target. And the last one is absolute trash. It's Illusionary Snatcher. It copies everything when you tribute summon, but it has no value as a monster in any way. So I thought that was pretty funny. It's really terrible. Like, really, really, really terrible. And I believe that is it. I've been trying to find more, but everything else is either a Monarch or just the same Cleafort. Like, all of the Cleaforts except the 3 I named are Tenacity targets. But like I said, Cleaforts are too brain dead to want to use innovation in any way. So that's going to be it, guys. And remember, Master DinnerFlax will take your soul.